How to make sales easy to get high ticket music coaching clients. Oh boy, the value you're going to get from this video. After you watch this video and you take notes and you actually implement the things that I'm going to share with you in this video, sales is going to be not just easy, but fun. Okay? I do want to be clear. It's not going to be talking head like this the whole time. I've got a Google Doc. We're going to rip it, rock and roll. But before we start the video, I want your expectations to be proper, because I know when I watch YouTube videos, I hate it when I watch a video and I have an expectation for the video, and then as I start to watch it and then I finish it, I'm like, damn, that video sucked, or that video wasn't what I thought it would be. So let me explain what this is. I'm going to go through 6 mindsets, and you're like, fuck, another mindset video? Bro, trust me, you haven't heard these. So if you want a full sales process, I've got another video on my channel. I can figure out a way to link it, or maybe I'll link it in the description. And maybe what I'll do is I'll make an even more detailed YouTube video on the sales process. This is going to be mindset stuff, but these are really good ones. I don't want to oversell it, but I know a lot of people's mindset videos, dude, they kind of suck. But trust me right now, I'm telling you, you might not think it's a mindset thing. You might think you have a skill problem. You might think you have a strategy problem. You might think you have a process problem. You might think you need to get better at objection handling. I almost guarantee it's not. It's not strategy. It's not your technique. It's not an objection handling thing. It's not like I need this word track. Bruh, I'm telling. And how do I know? Because I've got a bunch of clients I work with. I've got friends in the online coaching space. I talk to a lot of people. Most of my time is filled with this. And I'm telling you, and I'm not the best. I'm not perfect. But these 6 mindsets are dialed, and I'm going to get you dialed. I'm going to get you so dialed right now, bruh. So let's get into it. How to make sales easy to get music coaching clients. Okay. The first one is, I don't need any one client. What? Let me explain. Meaning, there's no one client that you need. So when you get on a sales call, you don't want to get on and be like, I need this client. By the way, we have our black cup of coffee, so I'm going to be taking sippies. I don't need any one client. So what I mean by this is think about it. The word need, that's a strong word. I need food. I need water. I need shelter. I need air. Need this client? When you get on a sales call, you don't need that client. When you need to close that sale, or you need that client, it's usually because you don't have lots of clients, which will make your prospects think that you suck as a coach. And I wrote the word subconscious as a reminder to me. So it's a subconscious thing. A lot of sales is, there's stuff between the words that you exchange, but 80% of human communication is nonverbal, right? We know that. Eye contact, body language, tonality, pace, but it's also feeling. When you're around somebody and they feel something, you feel it too, right? When you're angry, they feel it. When you're happy, they feel it. When you need a sale, dude, they'll fucking feel it. And they'll be because they're going to think that they might not say it. They might not even realize it. But subconsciously, bro, our subconscious minds, it knows what's going on. People aren't always tapped into their own subconscious, but they feel it anyways. It's going to surface one way or another. So if you need a sale, if you need it, they're going to be this is what their subconscious brain's doing. Why do they need it? They seem needy. Why do they need it? And then it's when you're needy, you're selfish. I didn't write this in the notes. I just thought of that. But that's the truth. When you're needy, you're selfish. Because when you need it, you're going to do something for your own need, even if the other person isn't going to benefit from it. So when you're that's really the key right there. When you need it, there's a couple of things happening. Number one, they're going to be why do they need a sale? Why do they need it? Do they need it because they don't have lots of clients? Because they don't have lots of money? Think about it. If you need it, it's because you don't have lots of money, you don't have lots of clients. And because that means you'd suck as a coach, because you suck. If you are really great at what you do, you've got so many clients that you don't need anybody. The other thing is when you need something and they're like, they seemed needy, they think that you're going to do something just because you need it, even if they don't need it, even if they don't want it, which they're going to think if this person, he or she is needy, this is what they're going to think. If this person is needy and they need the sale, they're going to take my money, even if it's not the best for me. And I don't want to work with someone like that. Okay? By the way, even if you're in a position where maybe you don't have a lot of clients right now, that doesn't mean you need anyone. Think about this. Just because you don't have lots of clients doesn't mean you need any one single client. That is a story you're telling yourself. And I'm going to use the dating analogy. I love this analogy. I'm a man. I'm married. I'm a man. I'm heterosexual. So I'm going to kind of use that perspective, just so you know. Okay? It can work for anybody. You could be gay or lesbian or another gender, and this will probably still make total sense, but I'm going to speak from my perspective, okay? So, when you're a dude and you're not getting a lot, meaning you're not getting any, you're not having a lot of sex, there's two types of guys. One guy that's going to be like desperate for it, and one guy that's just not going to care. He's like, yeah, I don't get a lot of sex right now, but I don't care. I don't need it. And it doesn't matter. I'm deliberately not having sex. That could be one thing, right? Which guy is more likely to get girls? Probably the second guy. The guy who's like, yeah, I don't really need it though. Because they don't care. Okay? Because what's happening, and I remember, dude, I'm so not a dating expert. I'm married, so I know enough. But I remember, like, dude, I used to rip the online dating stuff. I actually met my wife on Tinder. So, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, I was doing all that shit, right? I remember, like, going through the reps, the swipes, the messages, and I got better. And I remember thinking, when it comes to, I'm going to land this plane, trust me. I was like, okay, I remember it was like, when it comes to meeting women, the number one thing is confidence. The number two thing is comedy. Confident and funny. If you're confident and funny, dude, you get any girl you want. But when it came to the online dating, swiping, there was one trait that came above both of those, and it was safety. I thought of that. I was like, because this is online dating, the first thing that a girl has to feel is she's got to feel safe, because it's online. The danger, maybe nowadays it's, bro, I've been out the game for quite a while, obviously, because I'm married, but like, I remember back when I was using it, it was still kind of newish. Now, dude, the kids are fucking come out of the womb and the fucking parents give them cell phones and fucking iPads now. So maybe it's different, but safety was really important. I mean, it was like for me, I was like, dude, I got to make sure they know I'm like safe. Like, I'm not going to kill them, rape them, or rob them. When you come off as needy, like, okay, this is going to be really extreme. I'm just letting you know, like, super extreme. But I'm going to throw it out there, okay? This is like, it could be really graphic. I don't even want to go there because I've been banned on Instagram and I don't want to be banned on YouTube. So, but let's just say this. A person that commits a crime, robbery, the other R word, I don't want to say it because I don't want to get banned. Generally, they need it. Right? When you rob a store, you need the money. Literally. If you don't need the money, why would you go rob a store at gunpoint? Right? So when you're needy, you're giving your prospects the subconscious of like danger. Because generally speaking, when dangerous people need. Think about someone's like, I don't really need it. I don't need it. You're probably not going to go commit a crime if you don't need it, right? So anyway, I don't need any one client. That's the first one. Dude, that got really, we got in depth. It's only the first point. Second one, getting clients is easy. What? Yeah, getting clients is not hard. You might think it's hard, but that's only because you think it's hard, not because it actually is. The marketing system's easy, bro. And by the way, let me stop right there on the marketing system is easy. The marketing system that we use, I have called my system the music social funnel. We're running Instagram profile visit ads to get followers. We send DMs, we book calls, we close calls. It's hella easy to set up. You don't need a website. You don't need to build a bunch of little courses and PDF. I mean, it's so easy. However, even if we used a different system, like we use the Instagram profile visit funnel, but there's low ticket funnels, there's VSL funnel, there's webinars, there's challenge funnels. There are so many marketing funnels, bro, out there that it is like, I'm like, bro, and guess what? They all work. What? They all work. So it's like, wait, dude, we have such an abundance of strategies and tactics. It's crazy to not make it in this world. It's crazy to not make it in this industry, in the info space. But like the marketing system we use is really easy. Running ads is easy. Sending DMs is easy. Booking calls is easy. Hard is relative. Hard is relative. When you develop this mindset, you don't stress if you don't close a sale because you know you're going to close the next one because you overall think it's easy, right? For example, just because something's easy doesn't mean you're going to hit it all the time. Like if I'm shooting free throws in basketball, free throws are fucking easy, bro. That's why it's irritating when people miss free throws. Like, it's like, bro, you're not practicing. You're not practicing. You're not practicing. You're not challenging yourself. If you're missing free throws in games consistently, you're not practicing. Straight up. Like you're not practicing it. Free throws. You're shooting the ball with no one guarding you. So it's easy. I don't give a fuck. Layups are easy. People still miss layups. People still miss free throws. Right? But it's all relative. So getting clients is easy. Next one, gratitude. When you're grateful, it's hard to lose, bro. It's hard to feel like you're losing when you're grateful. Grateful for everything in your life. Just waking up is a gift. I'll give you an example. I heard this from Brad Lee. I don't know if he invented it, but I heard it from him originally. Check this out. Dude, I really hope I'm the first person you've heard this from because this is a dope example. Okay, check it. If I were to tell you, hey, I'm going to give you $10 million right now. Wire to your account. No taxes. Uncle Sam nor Donald Trump's touching it. What would you do? Would you take it? Of course. 10 million? $10 million cash straight. Like, here you go. Bro, I'll take 10 million right now. I'll tell you that. I'll take a bill. Okay. Bet. How about 100 million? Yes, of course I would take it. Okay, cool. I'm going to give it to you on one condition. You can't wake up. What, you mean like I'm dead? No. You're not dead. You just have to be asleep. Can't wake up. Would you take the 10 million? No. What about 100? Probably still no. I wouldn't take it. What about 200 million? $200 million? Nope. I wouldn't take it. Okay, hold up. I'm going to give you $1 billion. Check this out. Think about it. I'm going to give you $1 billion, wire to your account, no taxes. It's yours. You just can't wake up. Would you take the deal? No, I wouldn't take the deal. Okay. So stop and think for a second. You just admitted that waking up is worth more than all of that money I just promised you. And you wake up every day. Does that mean waking up is worth more than $1 billion? Uh-huh. So why are you still stressing about money? When you have something that's worth more than money every day. Every day you have something worth more than money. You have something worth more than all the money in the world that you're stressing about. You have it every day. Gratitude. How about this one? Hey, I'll give you $1 billion, but You have to let me chop your legs off. Would you do that? Bro, by the way, me personally, actually, I don't know. Maybe I would. Chop my legs off? That would hurt hella bad. Would I let someone... Now I have to think about that for a second. Would I let someone chop my legs off for $1 billion? Let me do a better example. I'm going to give you $1 billion, but you have to be in a coma. You know what I mean? All right, good on that example. Last one. Or, I'm sorry, we have 3 more. By the way, these 3 I just came up with. Polite, professional, empathetic. I'm going to talk about it. Polite. Okay. So I don't know if this is like a mindset or if it's more of just like a way to conduct yourself. But polite refers to behavior that shows good manners, respect, and consideration for others, conforming to social norms to avoid offense. So when you're polite on a sales call, by the way, you don't always have to be polite in every sense of it, but like being polite is going to rub off very well on your prospects. And I want to tell you the Chick-fil-A story. So I used to work at Chick-fil-A here in Walnut Creek. And I'll tell you what, man. The reason Chick-fil-A makes so much money, first of all, the food's amazing. That's not the only reason, though. Food's amazing. System is dialed. One of the biggest reasons, though, dude, their customer service is top tier. When I worked at Chick-fil-A, so when did they open? I can't remember the year. I don't remember the month. October. It was October. I just don't remember what year it was. Or no, I'm sorry, it was November. It was November. And before we opened, so I got hired 2 weeks before they opened. And for 2 weeks, we went through training, customer service training, for 2 straight weeks. They flew people from all over the country, from other Chick-fil-A's around the country, like the top. They'd find a Chick-fil-A, or I guess, and like those Chick-fil-A's would pick their best employees and send them to go fly to go do trainings at other Chick-fil-A's. So we got trained by the best on customer frickin' service, bro. And being polite and respectful and having manners and being, oh, my pleasure, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. Well, then don't fake it. Like, actually feel like it is your pleasure to serve. Because, you know, at Chick-fil-A, they don't say you're welcome or no problem or no worries. They say my pleasure. When you say thank you, they say my pleasure. Oh, it's fake. They're supposed to say my pleasure. Well, if you actually embody that it is your pleasure to serve somebody, then it isn't fake. So being polite, that's huge. The next one, professional. So my dad always used to say, act like the president is here. By the way, I don't really give a shit what your opinions are on the current president of the United States. I don't know when you're watching it. It could be Trump. It could be, I don't fucking know. That's not the point. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter. Pretend it's a president you like. My dad would say, act like the president's here. Act like the president is coming. Like when I would be a kid and I'd be eating, if I was eating like an animal, he'd be like, act like the president is here. Would you eat like that if the president was here? And it kind of made me think like, no, I probably wouldn't. For you, act as if you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. How would you act? How would you talk? How would you feel? What types of things would you say? What would your overall call booking process look and feel like? Like, look at your call booking process right now. Your Calendly, your post-booking video, your post-booking page. Like, does it look good? Does it look professional? Does it look clean? It doesn't have to like be super pristine and fancy looking, but is it professional? How would you respond in the DMs? How would you respond to a specific objection? Now, this is important. We don't need to expect our prospects to act professional. We don't need to expect them. That's not their role. They can act however they want. Let this sink in right now, bro. Really let this one, bro. Because that's vital that you understand this. And I need to, by the way, dude, a lot of this stuff I'm talking to you about right now is this is mostly reminders for me, damn near. I'm not even out here teaching you like I'm the one who understands all this fully. I'm still trying to learn on this myself. I'm still trying to get better. But what I struggle with still is like, if they act a certain way, then I can act that way too. And it's like, no, you have to kind of pretend like you're a parent. Like when you raise a kid, let's say you're 40 years old and you have a kid who's 3. So what? If your kid acts the way they act, you get to act like that? You're going to act like a 3-year-old? No. It's the same way with prospects. Well, no, but that's not the same. I'm an adult. They're an adult. Yeah, but it's not the same. It's just not. They can act however they want. The way someone acts should not affect the way you act. So if they don't act professional, you should still act professional, no matter what. Even if they say something racist or offensive, it's like, professional, hang up the phone. That doesn't mean you need to go be racist to them. Right? You cannot control how they act, but you can control how you act. And the very last one, empathetic, which I wanted to put the definition here. You probably know it, but I wanted to put the definition mostly for me. The ability to understand, share, and vicariously experience the emotions, thoughts, or experiences of another person. Empathy builds trust. Empathy feels good. Do you want your prospects to feel good around you? Do you want your prospects to feel like you're listening? Do you want your prospects to feel like you're there for them? Or do you want them to think that you get angry easily? Or do you want them to think that you don't care? Do you want them to think you're not listening? All right? Now, the very final point I want to make is authoritative leadership is what you want to exude on sales calls. And authoritative leadership is empathy with a dose of tough love, which is my biggest challenge. This is what I wanted to share here. So my biggest challenge, and I want to give a shout out to my friend Sean Screen. He and I meet and we watch sales calls together, and our sales calls, like we'll watch my sales calls or we'll watch his sales calls and we'll critique each other. He gave me a huge critique. That was one of the best critiques I've ever gotten in my life. And it made me realize a huge flaw that I have. I can't believe I'm admitting this on the internet, but fuck it. We were watching one of my sales calls and a prospect, let me tell this story. This is a good story. So we were watching one of my old sales calls and a prospect was like, hey, do you have any testimonials? And it pissed me off. It pissed me off so much that he asked me that, because when I book a sales call with somebody, like if you decide to book a call with me because you want me to help you build your music coaching business, which why wouldn't you want to do that? You book a call with me, I send you so many testimonials, and like there's so much material to watch before the call that it's like, we're this deep in the sales call, bro, and you're asking me if I was so upset. And in the sales call, you could tell I got upset. And we paused and me and my friend Sean just laughed super loud. And I was like, bro, I was so mad. And he's like, dude, I can tell. And then when I reacted to him, I was just really upset. And I was talking to him really upset. And you could tell his energy changed. And then my friend Sean gave me the critique. He's like, bro, you can't be doing that. Like you gotta not do that. Like you have to, even if that is making you upset, you could just be like, oh dude, yeah, of course I have testimonials. Let me show you. Like my friend Sean is so good at being positive. He's so polite and he's professional. Like he's polite, he's professional, and he's positive, right? I need to work on that more, because even though you might be watching my video now and be like, you're not positive, dude, I get mad really fucking easily. I get really upset. I get upset and I react accordingly. And I need to not do that, because I don't want people to feel that way around me. I don't care about the closing the deals part. Like obviously, yes, I want to make more money, but I don't want to be like that just to make more money. I want to be like that so that I can make people feel good. Now, sometimes in certain situations, man, like you're going to have to challenge your prospects and that won't feel good for them. But if you can do it in a way where it seems like you really care, they're going to be like, this isn't feeling good, but it's not because of you being a bad person. It's because you're actually like calling me out. And that is going to be one of the biggest things for me and for you as well. So those are the 6 mindset traits. And I want to just kind of go over them one more time to review. I don't need any one client. Getting clients is easy. Gratitude. And then be polite, professional, and empathetic. So hope you got value from the video. If you do want my help in building your online music coaching business, you can actually click the link in the description to book in a call with me. I'm going to have all of these. And let's see what I can do to help you, right? If I can help you, awesome. I'd love to customize a plan and show you what it would be like for me to help you build your business. If it's not the right fit, I'll just point you in a different direction. If you want to have a little back and forth on Instagram with me, then go ahead and shoot me a DM and we can talk there as well. Appreciate you. I'm honored to be here to serve and support you in your journey, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.